Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So today, as you might have guessed, we're going to be working on the next doll in our Yandere Simulator series. This doll is going to be Amai Odayaka, the second rival and the head of the cooking club. She's one of my favourite rivals, so I'm looking forward to making her. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. For this doll, we're going to be using this apple white doll as a base. So to start, let's get rid of all of that hair. Take a pair of scissors and trim it as close to the head as possible. Now that she's bald, we can go and remove her head, and then get rid of all the little stubbly bits inside of the head. To do this, take a pair of needle nose pliers, stick them inside the head, and drag them around to try and get rid of all the studly bits and pull them out. Now that we've torn all the stubbly bits away from the head, we can pull them out through the neck hole. This can be very difficult because they can be stuck in big gluey chunks, which is never very fun to take out. Anyways, after the long process which really hurts your hands after a while, we finally remove all of the hair from inside the head. And with that done, let's go and get rid of all of this gunk. Now, take some 100% acetone to remove all of her face paint. Just dab a tissue in it and hold it onto her face. This will dissolve the paint, and if you're lucky, you can get it all off in just one bit of tissue, as I failed to do here. Now, let's prep her face with some MSC sealant so we can get onto the face up of the project. To start off, get your chalk pastels and you can blush your doll. With your pastels, start by blushing the eyes, lips and cheeks, adding some dark brown to add some more depth to the eyes and a little bit of pink to the cheeks to add a bit of life. And then also just the lips, because everybody's lips are a bit pinkish and red. I think that this is one of the first dolls where I blushed the eyebrows equally and got them looking really nice, so I'm really happy about this as well. Now that the blushing's done, we can give her another coat of MSC so we can get on to drawing the face. Take your watercolour pencils and gently sketch out the outline for the eyes using a brown or a tone similar to the skin. I went in with a bit of green to add some base colour to the eyes, so that you can have everything stenciled out between layers. To add more colour to each layer, go in with another coat of MSC. I carried on adding more greens to the eyes to give more depth, more colour and more brightness to the eyes. Now go in with a bit of black to add some more definition and detail to her eyeliner and eyelashes. Now that we've made her lips a very nice red, we can go in with a bit of white paint to add more details and a small little tooth between the lips. Add some highlights to the eyes and brighten the whites with the acrylic paint, and then you're done with the face up. I'm really quite happy with this one. Now time for the hair. I didn't have the right colour of yarn, so we're just going to be brushing out some white yarn, and then I'll be dyeing it using some hair pastels. Now that it's all floofy and brushed out, we can go and iron it out with the straightener. And now we've dyed it with the chalk pastels. I didn't get the hair colour quite right on this one, but it'd have to do. Now, take your wefts, cut them, and then you can glue them to the head. This one unfortunately didn't work too well, and the yarn wefts weren't sticking properly and we didn't have the right hair colour or anything, so I decided to go in and redo it again, and they stuck this time round. Now to cut her hair. Take your scissors and carefully cut it, and I also curled the bottoms to make it match her signature hairstyle. Now time for the body. Let's get on to making that swimsuit. Mix together some 2-part epoxy sculpt. For this one, I decided to try something different, and I just sealed off the bottom to make it all smooth and nice. I'm just going to be painting on the top of the swimsuit this time. Anyways, take your blue paint and paint in the outline for your swimsuit once the epoxy is dried. Make sure to mix the white colour. I always mix my blue with the teeniest bit of black, and that seems to work very, very nicely. Then carefully, using a thin paintbrush, go in and paint the white, the outline of the swimsuit and the straps. I'm really happy with the way the swimsuit turned out, and I think I'm going to do them like this from now on. Anyways, on to the outfit. For this shirt, I am borrowing a shirt pattern from Poppin Altia. A link to her channel will be left in the description below. I was simply going in and sewing all the parts together. I already had a pre-made skirt which I did as a bit of an experiment. This one just went to her since it was made for Ever After Highs. Now for the buttons. I decided to use snap fasteners. They're just very easy and practical to use. I measured where the buttons would go and then I sewed them into place accordingly. Now that the shirt's done, time to add all the blue trims and trinkety bits which make this outfit complete. I also added a small red ribbon to the front. Now since she's the leader of the cooking club, we had to make the little thingy armband on her. So I took a bit of red ribbon, a very thin black paintbrush, and painted on a teeny tiny cupcake. Now that it's attached to our school uniform, we just have a couple more things to go. For example, the apron and the little headdress. To do this, I simply cut out a simple pattern and sewed it together for the apron. Attach it all together with a simple running stitch. I also added little ribbons that you can tie it in a bow at the back. Anyways, time to add a little pocket. Since this was so small and delicate, I just simply glued it on. Now for the headdress. I did the same thing and left a small gap in the middle so I could pull it inside out. I actually ended up having to use pliers to pull it inside out. I also sewed 2 little straps on the inside so that it could tie around her head, and it all fits very nicely. Now, time to reattach the head to the body. Very gently squeeze the temples of the doll and twist it round to try and force the head on as gently as you can. Now, time for the stockings. I measured the amount which would have to go around the leg, and I had to put 2 sheets together because one by itself would be far too thin. Anyways, I glued them together with Mod Podge, and I left the little edge trim at the top so that it would have a small thing which I wouldn't have to sew on. I then went in with some tape and painted on the white stripes. I now realise that I could have made this a lot neater and a lot more uniform and made it match between the socks, but for some stupid reason I just decided to eyeball it. Now we can sculpt them to the legs and glue them together at the back. Since Mod Podge has made the fabric quite stiff, I can't sew it in place annoyingly, so it's just in more glue this time. Time to make some shoes. Since this video is already quite long, I'm not going to be boring you too much with the process of making it. All we have to do is just coat her feet in a little bit of tin foil, a little bit of quick paper mache. Once you've done the paper mache, set them aside to dry. Then once they're completely dry, you can simply cut the casts off the feet. Now you can take some scissors and cut them down to shape. Done with the shoes, we just need to take a teeny bit of epoxy sculpt to sculpt in the heels. Now we just have to paint them, and with that, we're done! Anyways, I'm really happy with how this doll turned out. Please tell me what you think of her in the comments below, and please give this video a like. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Anyways, there are a lot more dolls to make in this series, and I can't wait to see you guys all in the next video. Anyways, I'll see you all soon. Bye!